grow, huh?
The knots, yeah, sure enough. Yeah.
There's waves.
It's kind of dead looking in the wintertime, isn't it?
Look, there's even stairs you can go down.
Yeah.
Far enough, there's gators down there.
Ooh, Kai. You don't want to get eaten by an alligator.
They could be living back underneath there where you can't see. Look behind your leg.
There's
Ugh.
no gators.
There could be.
There's no gators. I know that. Now, I know. Hey, don't kill me stuff back here. Ooh, turtles. We can put turtles back here. Woodpeckers.
That is a kingfisher. Today is seed starting day, which is really, really exciting for me. I think I've said before that I am not a good winter person. I like sunny, warm, bright, cheery days. So I've got the sweatshirt on to try to help my mood. But starting seeds is one of my most favorite things to do. And I really enjoy doing it, but there is a process to it. So I thought I would just walk you through kind of my process from start to finish of how I do my seeds and how I pick out what I want to start with. So all throughout the year, you are kind of trying to decide what to grow. And that depends a lot on what you have success with, what does well in your garden, what does not, kind of, your climate, what growing zone that you are in, what your weather is like, where you're planting, how big of a space you have. All of those things will determine what you grow. So I have all that in the back of my mind during the year, and then of course in January, all the seed catalogs start to come. And I love to get those, and I'll spend hours looking over those. In fact, I got our Baker Creek seed catalog and ended up getting 2 of them for some reason this year. And that was right before Christmas. So I took both of them up when we were at my grandmother's, and her and I have just spent hours talking about seeds and pouring over all of that. And that's something that she kind of really enjoys as well, as does my mom. So after I've ordered all of my seeds and they arrive, I sit down and I make a list of what I'm going to plant indoors in what month. And for me, it's just really simple. I literally just get notebook paper and write down January, February, March, because our last frost date is March 31st. We're in zone 7B, so we can plant in the ground pretty early. Peas, actually, we plant in the ground around Valentine's Day here. I've got, as you guys know, I have got spinach, radishes, and I'm pretty sure beets growing right now. Now, they're not growing very fast, but I planted them around the first part of January, and they actually have germinated, and they're up probably about that big. And I may take you guys out there and show you. But anyway, so I look at all of my seed packets, and no matter really who you buy from, each seed packet on the back will have a lot of information about the seeds and planting them. Now, I get my seeds from Baker Creek, and so along that back spine there, I don't know if that'll focus, probably not, but along that back spine there, it shows you how quickly it sprouts, the ideal temperatures, if they're frost hardy or not, and how much sunlight they need. And that kind of helps you to determine how to plant. So sunlight, of course, if you're going to use your grow lights, if you need more sunlight, you're going to want more hours of your grow light on the plant. Peppers, in particular, they take a long time to get any size to them, so that they're hardy enough really to go outside. So now they're not frost hardy. They definitely don't like the cold, but around here we start them early enough that we can put them in the ground at a decent size. So my January list includes all of my peppers, my Swiss chard, my tomatoes, mustard, and I think I've got some collard greens in here too to plant. Now, mustards, collards, brassicas like broccoli and stuff, you maybe could plant outside here right now, but I'm not going to chance it. Those things sprout pretty quick anyway, so I'm just going to go ahead and start them indoors, and then I'll transplant them here in a little bit. It's what?
It's kind of not, it's a little nasty, but it's warm.
Yeah.
It's warm. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So there is actually just little hints of color still, which do my heart some good on these cold, rainy, nasty days. It's one of my pots. I really need to water it, but you can see there's actually a little bloom popping up there. And are those not gorgeous? Those are the winter cabbages, and that's the variegated, and they're just beautiful to me. All right, so what do you need to start seeds? I've got my tray with my insert, and these are just the 10 by 20 trays. I actually got really lucky this year. I found somebody on Craigslist that was selling these for $1 a piece, so I ran and grabbed me several new ones. And these are fairly sturdy. Of course, you need your seeds, and here's my pile of seeds. You need your markers, which my kids conveniently unpacked for us. But I got those on clearance at Walmart last year at the end of the season for 25 cents. You will need a bowl for your dirt. You need dirt. And you'll need just a little bit of water. Alright, so one of the first things we're going to do is pre-moisten our dirt just a little bit. You don't want it very wet. The reason I do this is because when you're planting, you don't want to displace your seeds. And some of these seeds that we're going to plant are tiny little seeds. So I'm just going to use pre-moistened dirt, and I will put this dirt out on the tray. Like so. The first one we're going to plant is the 5-color silver beet Swiss chard. Now, Swiss chard is something that it's a big plant, and one plant goes a pretty good distance as far as growing food for your family. So I'm not going to plant just a ton of these. I really don't need that many. You know, a couple of plants that do really well are good for us. So I'm going to take 2 little seeds. I don't know if you guys if you guys will be able to see these seeds. My hands are pretty dirty at this point. That's what they look like. And we're going to put 2 seeds in each pod. And just push them in just a little bit. At this point, sometimes I'll use just a speck of dry soil to put on top. I need to fill that little cell in just a little bit more. Okay, so here is everything, and you can see there's some places where it's kind of starting to dry out just a little bit over here in this corner. I do need to water that, but here's all of the markers.
Mama,
And you can see how I do rows that, you know, I just planted 2 there in that cell, and then the rest of that row is that. So that's how I do those markers. Alright, so here was the new little addition this year. This little greenhouse, and basically, you can see I don't have anything in those, but basically it's just a shelf with some plastic over it. But it's supposed to help hold the humidity and the moisture, and it just sits right back there in the corner for now. And so that's what I'm going to do to see maybe we can get by with not having to have the grow lights. I don't know. I don't want them to get leggy because that window's right there. So we'll see how that light situation does. But I wanted to show you guys this. Oh, this is my orchid. Look, it's got 3 blooms there. And if we turn it around, it's got 1 more starting back there. Makes me so happy. This has been the easiest thing in the world to grow. Literally, I've just left it alone. Like, I might water it once a month, and you can see these leaves look really pathetic. The boys have been up here, and they hit it, and they knock it, and it's kind of had a rough little life. But it's so pretty, and it makes me happy. Yeah, there's been a little bit come up. Look at these.
Look at these.
Oh, aren't they pretty?
Look at these.
Oh, that makes me happy.
Look at this one.
Yeah.
See.
Uh-oh. I think that's just a little blade of grass, though. I think it'll be okay. Then over here, got these. They're looking a little worse for the wear, aren't they? Some of them don't look so bad. Then my rhubarb here coming out that I desperately need to repot. Looks really pitiful. I'm gonna go here. Y'all see these garden beds? This is why we're replacing them. They did not last, but that's okay. We knew that they wouldn't. So, and these babies here, yay! Oh, this is my lemon time. I wish you could smell that. It smells so good. I don't know if I ever showed you all the new back door paint. It is so pretty. I love it. It used to be this, I don't know if you can see, but like this dark brown. That's what it used to be.